Alright guys, I'm Dr. Kelvin and welcome to my channel, Wellness 360. We talk about everything health related to your work, your eating, your fitness, and putting everything together how you can enjoy the body you've been given, because we really have only one body and we have to make the most of it. Now, a couple of days ago I put up a post on my socials and we're talking about how you need to screen for cervical cancer, because it is arguably one of the most easily preventable and easily treatable cancers out there, and yet unfortunately it's killing so many of our women. In Ghana, cervical cancer is the third leading cause of cancer deaths, and so you wonder why something that's so easy to prevent and easy to treat should kill so many women. And after that post I got a lot of feedback. A lot of people were in my inbox DM asking questions, and so I have to do this follow-up medication session so that everybody can have an idea why we need to take cervical cancer a bit more seriously. Now, why do we say it's the easiest to prevent? Number one, cervical cancer is 90% of cervical cancer is caused by the human papilloma virus, HPV. And so it's actually known as a sexually transmitted cancer, because if we can prevent HPV infection, we can prevent cervical cancer. Up to 90% of cervical cancer can be prevented. HPV is an STI, and indeed it's the most common STI that nobody knows about or nobody talks about. This is because to a large extent we really can't treat it. It comes and goes throughout your life, and it's the commonest consequence of HPV infection is genital warts, which are growths on the skin around the genital area, and that is what HPV does. Some subvariants of HPV are responsible for 90% of cervical cancer. And so how do we prevent HPV infection? Number one, abstain from unprotected sex, or abstain from sex in general if you're not ready for the consequence. Number two, be faithful to a faithful partner. Emphasis on a faithful partner. If you cannot guarantee that your partner is faithful, then go for the option 3, which is use a condom. So these principles will protect you not only from HIV but also from HPV. If you are not too sure, or you're in an area where the HPV vaccination is available, then definitely you need to go for the HPV vaccination, because it indeed reduces the risk of infection, or the risk of transfer or conversion of the infection into cancer. So HPV can be dealt with effectively through STI protection as well as vaccination. Then number two, you need to get yourself screened. Pap smear can save your life, literally. And so if you're a woman and you are sexually active, you need to be getting a pap smear done at least every 2 to 3 years. If you do one today and it's negative, you need to repeat it after 3 years, and this can protect you, can save your life. What pap smear does is that it detects changes in the cells before that cell becomes cancer. So pap smear can actually detect changes even before that change becomes cancer. So if you do a pap smear and it comes out as positive, it does not necessarily mean that you have cancer, but it means that if you don't do anything about those particular things that have been detected, your risk of developing cancer is significantly higher. And so if we begin an intervention at that point, the chance of cure is 100%. And so pap smear is very, very important. And now even beyond that, pap smear can actually be combined with HPV screening, so that we can actually detect HPV in your cervix. So if you do have the HPV, then we know what to do. If you don't have the HPV, then you can probably advocate for the vaccination, even though the vaccination is reserved for teenagers. And so it's important that we take pap smear very, very seriously. And so these two reasons make cervical cancer an easily preventable and easily treatable cancer. But as I said, unfortunately many women are dying from this cancer, either out of a lack of knowledge or a lack of financial resources, because indeed a lot of these screenings are not for free. And so if you have the means, we need to get screened critically as soon as possible. If you don't have the means, well, it's important that we begin to put measures in place. We need to start saving to get the screenings done, because it cannot be overemphasized that pap smear is very, very important. Engagement with government is still underway to try and get government involved in the screening campaigns, so that we can get as many women screened as possible. And indeed, January is cervical cancer month internationally, and so generally there's going to be a lot of promotions. My facility is going to be doing a promotion, so if you want to get screened, you can comment on this video and you get the details, and come on board and get screened, so that we can all put an end to this cervical cancer menace. Have a lovely day, stay blessed. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment as well.